Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here. So it's that time of year again, the time where the term battlefield killer starts getting bounded around the community, and this year is no exception of course, and it comes in the form of a game called Delta Force Hawk Ops. And you may or may not be familiar with this game depending on your age. And then of course we have Modern Warfare 3 releasing, which this year sounds a little bit more promising than usual. Now I would caution the use of the term battlefield killer here. Whilst many have tried, I really don't think any game has managed to live up to or come close to the all-out warfare that Battlefield provides, even when DICE and EA aren't at their best. But we're going to take a little look at the landscape of shooters that could well be filling the drought of content that Battlefield 2042 is experiencing over the next year or so, because we all need something to play at least until the next Battlefield releases. Before we begin though, as always, if you guys enjoy the content here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and thank you guys for your support. So Delta Force is an old FPS series that predates both Battlefield and Call of Duty. They open this trailer here with an obvious homage to the Ridley Scott movie Black Hawk Down, which is of course a classic, and also the subheading of one of the most beloved Delta Force games. However, for us Battlefield players, it's probably the latter half of the video that we're interested in, since it shows armoured vehicles, tanks, helicopters, and what appears to be the Carl Gustav recoilless rifle, which in Battlefield 2042 is of course called the M5, all being used in a full-scale multiplayer mode, which definitely gives me those Battlefield vibes. And from this short teaser trailer, it all looks pretty damn good. But what the hell is Delta Force anyway? So the original game was designed to be a military simulation loosely based on the United States Delta Force Special Operations Unit. The player assumes the role of a Delta Force operator who takes part in military operations in various theaters. Objectives typically involve the elimination of a hostile presence in a region, assassinating a high-profile target, destroying military equipment, or escorting POWs or civilians to an extraction point. However, it also featured full LAN support and online multiplayer for up to 32 players, as well as co-op mode for all missions in the single-player campaign. So if Delta Force continue with their true-to-life military theme and we don't have the likes of Nicki Minaj showing up, perhaps it can carve itself out a niche in the gaming community who want a more grounded experience and less of, well...
Don't be sad. This is just how it works out sometimes.
So this game franchise has a long history. 9 games in fact. The original came out a quarter of a century ago in 1998, and the most recent edition, Delta Force Extreme 2, released in 2009. So this is before, even Battlefield Bad Company 2 releases. Back then the Delta Force games were developed and published by a studio called Nova Logic. They presumably went out of business, likely due to Call of Duty and Battlefield franchises overshadowing them, and in 2016 all of their franchises were acquired by THQ Nordic. Now this publisher aren't EA, they're not Ubisoft, they're not Activision Blizzard, and so I certainly wouldn't expect this new Delta Force game to be a AAA title. But that doesn't mean that it won't be able to hold a candle to Battlefield and Call of Duty. But this is where I get a little bit skeptical. So this game is being developed by Timmy Studio Group, and if you look them up, they're mostly known for developing Call of Duty Mobile, along with a bunch of other mobile games. In fact, as far as I can tell, they've never made a PC or console game before. Now, I'm not much of a mobile gamer myself, but as far as mobile games go, Call of Duty Mobile is a pretty good game if that's the only place you have to play it. According to an interview with IGN, they're developing Delta Force Hawk Ops for PC, consoles, and mobile, and it's going to be cross-platform. So this is what one of their producers had to say about the game on IGN. Our objective is to uphold the authentic essence of the original Delta Force game while infusing a near-future flavour from both artistic and narrative perspectives. To achieve this, we developed the overarching storyline with realistic themes, employed real-life actors for character building, utilised photogrammetry for 3D world creation, captured tactical movements from military professionals, and sought guidance from former Special Forces personnel to ensure an authentic tone of resolute realism and professionalism within the military theme. In addition, our campaign mode is based on the movie Black Hawk Down. Players will be able to experience authentic and thrilling battles from the celebrated movie. Our team has extensively studied the movie and delved into the historical context respectfully. This dedicated research enabled us to recreate a truly authentic and immersive gaming experience that captures the essence of that monumental event. And apparently the game will also continue the large-scale PvP multiplayer tradition of the original, but this time with bigger sizes than the 32 player limit. So I'm guessing 64 player then, which at least in Battlefield I think is definitely the sweet spot. He goes on here saying we also create unique, technologically advanced vehicles that players can use in the game, including assault vehicles, helicopters, armored vehicles, attack boats, terrain vehicles, jeeps, pickups, fighter jets, and drones. These vehicles add to the gameplay experience of large-scale PvP. Now, I think they made a little bit of a mistake in releasing this trailer, because shortly after it went live, they then took it down and they made it private again on YouTube. But by that point, it had already been re-uploaded all over the place, and now they've gone and made it live again. So it appears that they got their timing slightly wrong for it. But regardless of that, we will learn more about this game at Gamescom on the 22nd of August in just a couple of days. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, I mentioned Modern Warfare 3 at the beginning of this video, and as usual, I will be delving into the beta of that game to see if it's something for me, and I thoroughly suggest you do the same before you go and pre-purchase. The last Call of Duty I really enjoyed after a long break was Modern Warfare 2019, and after that I felt like every COD that released was just a reskin, so I would try the beta, realize it feels like I'm playing practically the exact same game with some new weapons and maps thrown in, and I just never looked back really. And evidently a lot of players like that kind of thing because the games sell right, but personally that's just not for me. However, this year, from what I've been at least hearing, it seems like the devs are beginning to listen to the community. You know, after Modern Warfare 2 was widely received to be one of the worst Call of Duty games in recent history, they're actually re-implementing movement mechanics that players have been calling for. On top of that, the game is going to bring with it 16 map remakes from the original Modern Warfare 2, which, unlike the new Modern Warfare 2, actually was a really good game. So I think that's certainly going to hit a lot of people in the nostalgia feels, including myself. I certainly played a lot of the original, so I think this year, you know, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. But with that said, I wouldn't really allow yourself to get too hyped for this, at least until you've gotten your hands on the beta. As for Battlefield killers though, are either of these games going to kill Battlefield 2042 or just Battlefield in general? No, I really don't think so, but they're definitely some welcome entertainment whilst we wait for the next game. But I would be interested to hear what you all think. Write me your thoughts and feelings in the comments below, and if you missed this video about Season 6 of Battlefield 2042, go and check that one out if you're interested. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.